Hey everyone, it's weather for Weather Geeks time on this Monday afternoon. Hope you had a good weekend. Our weather over the weekend was kind of good and bad. Saturday was great. It was perfect outside, sunshine, low humidity. Sunday featured some downpours, higher humidity, and certainly more clouds. Now, as we start Monday, we're kind of somewhere in between. We're not as nice as Saturday, but we're not quite as lousy as yesterday turned out to be. After a fairly sunny morning, clouds have won the battle this afternoon. Visible satellite shows pretty thick cloud layer over us as we speak. The clouds become a little more broken out in northwest Ohio. Temperatures this afternoon pretty close to average. We should be at about 75, 76 here on June 9th, and we might fall a degree or two shy of that this afternoon. Current temperature in the 2 o'clock hour is 73 degrees. We actually have a couple of sprinkles on the radar. Let me take off the satellite. A couple of sprinkles on the radar down closer to Cincinnati at this hour, and those are kind of drifting off to the north and the east. These are the temperatures. Let me show you the dew points here quickly. It's not that muggy outside today. We've got dew points generally in the mid-50s to around 60, so for the summer season, that's pretty comfortable. Dew points do get higher. To our southwest, there's a warm front, kind of, we'll say right in here somewhere. And this is the front that's heading our way tomorrow, and it's going to start jacking up the humidity and bringing us chances for rain tomorrow night and heading into Wednesday as well. Got a severe weather threat down here in the deep south, Louisiana, Arkansas, parts of Mississippi, southeastern Texas as well. This little disturbance coming through, this is kind of interesting that this is actually producing a little bit of light precipitation down there around the Cincinnati area. What this is actually a little disturbance in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. This is at about 18,000 feet. What we have plotted up here is what we call vorticity, or spin, in the atmosphere. We look for this at about 500 millibars, or 18,000 feet up in the atmosphere. And let me put this in motion here. You can see what I'm talking about. There's this little disturbance characterized by some of these greens and purple colors, a little kink here in the lines of equal height. In other words, right along all these lines, the height of the 500 millibar level is the same. Don't want to get too technical on you here, but basically this little disturbance, you can see it kind of moving over us this afternoon with some brighter colors, some spinning of air parcels in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, just enough to cause certainly the clouds and even a little bit of light shower or sprinkle activity. I wouldn't be totally shocked if we got a sprinkle here in northeast Ohio before the day is through. It's maybe a 10 to 20% chance thing. Most of us won't see it, but I wouldn't be totally shocked if a couple of spots tried to pick up a quick sprinkle here before the day is through. All right, so, well, let's talk about when our next chance for rain, aside from that sprinkle, is. Let me bring up the simulated radar product here. Take off the rest of the current information, get that out of the way. I think, aside from a sprinkle, we're high and dry for the rest of the daylight hours today and right through tonight. You can actually kind of see the models trying to bring up the data loads here. Just these real kind of specks, real light precipitation trying to sneak in. Again, not a big deal for most of us. This is the middle of the night tonight, really nothing going on. And then at daybreak on Tuesday, as you get up and around on Tuesday morning, our rain will be starting to slowly approach from the south and west. Here's the simulated radar at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Rain Indianapolis, maybe Cincinnati and Louisville as well. Then as we get into the afternoon, here's tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Getting up to maybe Columbus, Parkersburg, Marietta, Cincinnati, Lima, Dayton, but not here yet. So if you have outdoor plans on Tuesday, if you need to mow over the next couple of days, you're fine the rest of today. And even for a good chunk of Tuesday, I suspect you're all right. This is at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The rain's still not here. It's going to be fighting some of that drier air that we have around right now. And I'll finish this with 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. And this is the point when finally we might get just a little bit of rain. Shouldn't be any thunder and lightning with this. But towards the end of the afternoon or early evening on Tuesday, we might start to see some shower activity pushing into the region. Certainly we have a better chance of getting wet as we head into the day on Wednesday. Bear with me for just a second here as I bring up our latest GFS model. We're going to talk about Wednesday. And what we have going on is that low pressure system approaching from the south and the west. And it's going to start to bring in showers, and I think Wednesday could be unstable enough to bring in some thunderstorm activity as well. I'll get out of the way so you can see this. Actually, let me bring up the northeastern quadrant here. I apologize for not having this ready beforehand. All right, timing on this rain Wednesday, it could occur at any time as the data loads in here. Start this with Wednesday morning, and again, there could be some thunder with this on Wednesday. I don't think severe weather's all that likely. It'll be modestly unstable, but I think clouds will kind of prevent much severe weather. Wednesday morning right here, showers and maybe a storm around. Wednesday afternoon, you'll notice there's not a lot of dark green around, so this is not a washout Wednesday, but there's a good chance that your backyard sees at least one shower, maybe a thunderstorm, right into Wednesday night. That main thrust of moisture pushes away by Thursday, but just enough lingering with a stalled boundary nearby. There could be another shower or thunderstorm on Thursday. And then finally, a kicker cold front comes through on Friday. It'll wash the atmosphere clean in time for the weekend, but it does mean Friday could bring some spotty activity to parts of northeast Ohio and western Pennsylvania. Then here comes the weekend, and we could make it 4 fantastic Saturdays in a row to wind up spring. This is Saturday's map with high pressure over Michigan, keeping us high and dry. Humidity should be low. Temperatures maybe a little above average, close to average as we start the weekend. At this point, Sunday looking okay. As our high drifts off to the east, the return flow on the backside of that may bring in some higher dew points, maybe a little more humid on Sunday. Maybe there's a stray shower or a thunderstorm at the end of the day, but wouldn't bank on that just yet. So at this point, I would say Saturday is likely to be the sunnier half of the weekend, but there's a good chance we get away with a completely dry weekend. Of course, we'll be tweaking that forecast. Next week looks to start out tranquil. So Wednesday, looking kind of unsettled with a few rounds of showers and storms. Actually, it'll come in Tuesday night. Thursday and Friday featuring real spotty activity, not as wet as Wednesday, and then things are looking good for the upcoming weekend. And longer range temperatures, if you caught my post on Facebook and Twitter this morning, longer range temperatures trending warm for the middle 2/3 of June. A lot of days probably above average, which means we will have a lot of days in the 80s. So summer is arriving. There is lots of good news, and we're in no danger of a drought anytime real soon, that's for sure. We've got plenty of moisture in our soil. We don't want to go a couple of weeks with no rain, but occasionally, some showers, some storms to replenish everything. No danger of any sort of drought here in our region as we head into summer. That's weather for Weather Geeks on this Monday. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at both 6 and 11. We'll have another geeky video posted Tuesday afternoon, about this time, 3 o'clock or so.